Thank you for clicking on the video. This is Keenan from Holiday with the Hartmans. It is our second day at sea, and we are going to hop right into our VIP behind the scenes tour that we did of the Adventure of the Seas. It was a really cool experience getting to see how the ship operates and everything that's kind of not viewed when you're just a regular guest on board the ship. We even get to go up to the bridge and check that out as well. So enjoy. I tried to record what I could. There's certain areas where they told us no recording, but they did let us take photos. So you'll see where all that is in the upcoming video. Then we went to a musical and also kind of an adult geared game show as well later on the day. And it was the second formal night for the ship as well. So as always, thank you for clicking on the video. We hope you enjoy what you see. If you have any questions, ask them below and I'll do my best to answer them for you. And if you like it, please like and subscribe, and we will see you in the next one. Thank you. As always, thank you for clicking on the video today. We began the excursion by meeting our group leader on Deck 5 of the main dining room, and we were introduced to one of the head waiters for the main dining room, at which point we began to follow him through the dining area and into the kitchen. I will note about this is an excursion that does cost extra if you want to do it, and you do need to make sure you're wearing closed-toed shoes. They will not let you do this tour if you have sandals or exposed toes because of where you go in the back of house. This board that we're walking up to now kind of shows the layout of the dining room as well as specials, different rotations for the week, and what menu that they will be using. Where we first walked into the galley, it was explained to us that it was all one direction of traffic. People were not allowed to move back and forth. You started moving in one direction and you kept going that direction. If you needed to go back to a previous station, you would have to exit the kitchen and then come back to the starting point. Each part of the kitchen was set up into different sections, if it was for dish or for room service, or if it was for more of a salad station, or potentially for the main service area as well.
So the yellow one, okay, the yellow scarf is the first contract on the ship, first time on the ship, but does have a knowledge about cooking. Okay, the blue one, you have more than one contract on the ship. Okay, the red one, which is the chef here. So he's in charge of one particular area. It can be for the steak, or he's in charge of the sauce, or he's in charge of the pasta, or for the soup, depend on the section that is in charge of it. Okay.
This section that you're seeing now is the main service line that would provide all of the meals for those sitting on this floor. They had the pictures of the plating for whatever food would be at that station so that the servers would know what they were supposed to be grabbing and where to grab it from before they moved on to the next station. After going through the kitchen, we took the elevator down to Deck 1 and headed into the back of house. Before they allowed us to go into the crew-only area, they did use a metal detector on us. There were several points throughout this excursion where they did have us go through security. The main corridor going down the middle of the ship was referred to as I-95, as it was the busiest section of the ship and similar to going down a highway. And since a lot of these ships sail out of Miami or Fort Lauderdale, it has just kind of obtained that nickname. One of the first stops on this deck was the Safety and Security Office. It was kind of a all-encompassing office that showed if there was any issues happening around any section of the ship, and it's where the security officers coordinated with the engineering team to make sure that the ship was running optimally the entire time. They were very cautious about this area because this area did have a direct effect on the ship if we were to do anything or touch anything in this room. Next, we went to the storage area. These doors open directly to the outside and were kept locked and secure so no water got in. They had separate freezers and fridges for each different type of food. This section here was specifically for ice cream and mixers for mixed drinks. One of the next rooms we saw was one of the liquor rooms. It was kept under lock and key at all times, and it was kept inside of a fire-safe room. Since liquor is flammable, they always wanted to take the utmost of precaution. Further down in this area, we got to see where they kept their butcher shop, where they would receive their meat and then prepare it so it could go up to the kitchens and be cooked.
Can I walk up there? Yeah.
Next, we got into the section which showed off where they kept some of the veggies. Do remember, this was near the very end of our trip, which is why it looks like this room is so empty. I'm sure it had way more items in here when we first got on board. This next section of the ship is where they had all of the waste and recycling maintained for the ship. They had different sorting areas where hardworking crew would try and keep as many things as possible into recycling or put things into waste bins for disposal. I will say it didn't really smell that bad down there. They did a good job of keeping it cleaned and trying to maintain everything despite all of the waste that they did have coming through here. This section is showing how they would actually crush all of the glass, so it was easier to have it in a more compact, safe space for it to be bagged and taken off the ship once we were back in port.
Plastic bottles.
Next, we headed down the hallway and took the stairs down to another floor below, which was where they had all of the housekeeping systems set in place. We got to see these large machines that are used for drying and folding all of the bed sheets. Then they took us over to where they did the dry cleaning and all of the laundry for the crew and the guests. You'll occasionally see these large yellow and black doors. These were watertight doors that actually separated the different sections of the ship in case there was ever an issue with flooding. Once we were done there, we headed up to deck 10 and made our way to the bridge. Unfortunately, the captain had an emergency pop up and we were not able to meet him on the bridge. And they also didn't let us take any video on the bridge, so just enjoy some of these photos that I was able to take while we were up there. While we were on the bridge, they did mention that there was a section of the ship that you could actually look down into the bridge and see them while they're working, assuming that there wasn't anything crucial happening. So after the tour was completed, I walked up here on my own and just kind of looked down and checked out the bridge from above. Once we were done with that, I decided to head back to the room and relax for a little bit before I headed back for dinner. Just kind of enjoyed the final sea day. Good evening.
Hi.
It is day 6 on Adventure at the Seas. I had a little bit of a fun day. This is the first time you guys are seeing Holly in a little bit. She did make a little video of what it's been like dealing with COVID while on a cruise ship. I feel awful because she's been stuck in this cabin. I said in the other video, I appreciate that Royals allowed me to go around the ship still because I've tested negative. I have an extra test kit. I'm going to just test myself before I get off the boat, just to verify before traveling again. Holly is starting to feel better. She can't taste or smell anything.
Yep, that's unfortunate.
That's why she's dating me. I'm sorry, that was a horrible joke. So tonight is the second formal night. It's a royal night. So I'm going up to have dinner with her family. I'm going to get some lobster. Holly says she's going to get a salad. Lame.
Well, when you can't taste much, I mean, I'm going for texture at this point, so.
Yeah, so it should be a fun night tonight, though. Yesterday was the disco night. I brought Holly ice cream and fell asleep. So
It was nice. I liked it.
Yeah. We'll see what video footage I did or didn't have. Bartender gave me a couple too many strong drinks, so that just it happens. I am going to go to a few shows tonight. Got a show in the theater, and then there's the Battle of the Sexes, and then we have The Quest tonight. So really excited about that.
Really sad to miss The Quest.
I
hope maybe they'll put it on the TV, actually.
Ooh, that could be a chance.
might
You'll have to
have to
check
look
it
at
out.
that,
But
yeah.
that's 11 o'clock at night.
Oh,
that's
okay, maybe not.
It's way past our bedtimes. Like we're that lame couple that's in bed at like 8:50 on a Friday night.
Cool kids.
So cool. Or we fall asleep on the couch watching a movie together.
Yeah.
But hey, today we took a nap and I mean we were watching Community and fell asleep on the bed. But hey, I'm just happy that she's starting to feel a little bit better. She's not coughing as much. But hey, here we are. Guess we're just going to have to come back to Honduras and Belize for Holly. We're going to be back in Cozumel in 6 weeks because we are going on our first celebrity cruise on the Summit. So that'll be a lot of fun. So look forward to that one. But just wanted to give you guys an update from the day. Thank you for watching the video. And here we go for some dinner. On sea days, we're typically set up for the formal night attire. So we had a nice night, and they do not require suit and tie by any means. So you'll see Blaine and Chris were just rocking polos, and that's perfectly fine. One of my favorite things that they'll typically do on most cruise lines is in the last night or two, they will do a little bit of a celebration of all the staff that's been working so very hard, and will sing and dance and just kind of have a good time and bring out a lot of the back of house staff to show off and show who was making all the food and working so hard so we could have a great time.
Yes, you're right. Premier.
After dinner, I headed over to watch Can't Stop the Rock.
And I will always love you. I'm never lonely.
And the vision that was planted in my brain still remains within the sound of silence. By me is MIB. What you think you saw, you did not see. Yo, we ain't on no government list. Straight don't exist, no names and no figure.
Tell me how you feel about this.
Then we headed over and checked out the Battle of the Sexes adult game show. Again, this is adult oriented. Do not try to bring your kids to this. This is going to have some heavy adult humor and will not go over well with kids.
Your next number, 465,231. Who run the world? Who run the world? Okay, nobody move.
Front and rear tires.
Front and rear tires. Front and rear tires. You're the driver. You're very far away from the steering wheel.
I'm the trunk. I'm in it.
She's a trunk. It wasn't even tight. Have a seat. Here we go. Yeah!
Hope you enjoyed the video. Keenan coming at you from the future again. I didn't have an outro on the video, unfortunately. It was an awesome time exploring the ship and kind of seeing how everything operated from the backside. And then really enjoyed the musical we saw on board the ship. I'm a huge fan of movies, so seeing all the kind of song and dance in there, I didn't want to show too much of it, so I kind of appreciate the little snippets I throw in there for you. And then of course the Battle of the Sexes game was a blast later on in the night. Some of the contestants may have had a little bit to drink beforehand, and it's definitely an adult geared game show, but it was a blast. So definitely say check that out if you're on board any of the Royal ships. I know they'll have it on more than just the Adventure of the Seas. So the next day we are in Perfect Day. It's the last full day on board the ship, and then the following day is a travel day, and then we'll be on to our next cruise. So as always, if you liked what you saw, please like the video and subscribe to our channel. We are trying to hit 300 subscribers before we get to our Alaska cruise, and we're well on our way. We're almost to 200 right now, and I'd love to see it happen before we get there. As always, thank you, and until the next one.